Black folks are classified by the Europeans as number 6 on the human scale, and they classify themselves as number 1 on the human scale, which means they have the least amount of vitamins and minerals in their system. The unfortunate part about that is that all the lab values are set based on the Europeans being normal. And that causes what we call medical racism. This melanin is known as a civilizing chemical. The more melanin you have, the more human you are. The more melanin you have, the more psychic you are. The more melanin you have, the more spiritual you are. Melanin gives black children the faster in growth and development than any race. And black baby, whose mother was breastfed and raised on what you call natural food today, and the father was breastfed and raised on what you call natural food today, and they conceive a child, the baby, once it's born, can sit up erect, look its mother and father in the eyes, knows its mother's name and father's name, remembers the first word his mother said to them, remembers the first word his father said to them, remembers the color of the crib, remembers the color of the sheets, remembers the color of that room, remember what they did when they were 1 year old, 2 years old, who they met when they were 3. A normal child remembers that. So my question to you is, are you normal? No. You were made dysfunctional, so you have to overcome your dysfunctionality. The greatest challenge you have in your life is to overcome your dysfunctionality. That's all. Now, with this understanding of melanin, we know that melanin adapts to environments. It's an adaptative kind of chemical, because you interact with your environment. It's a simple process. You interact with your environment, so your environment can change your genes because of the melanin, because it is a chemical of change. So every major change on this planet happened because of people with the highest melanin content. We invented the wheel. We invented the chariot. That's why those railroad tracks that the tube runs on are that small distance, because that distance was between the wheels of the chariots in Africa, which made the little rows in the street. And then they built the cars that fit in those little grids on the street. And then when they built the train, they made it fit that width. But that width of those railroad tracks and that tube comes from Africa. The behavior modification process that they put you through, called estates and projects, was first done on the rats by a man called B.F. Skinner. Put the rats in a box, separated them by age. We call it age-grade education. That's who invented the process of how to separate a people by dividing up the ages in schooling. Before then, there was a one-room schoolhouse. Now they have everyone at 8 years old in the same room. And we call that segmentation and division of unity amongst the people. It's called age-grade education, introduced in 1922 by a Jew, for your information. It causes people to cling to immature thoughts forever, so they say. The other system they use to train you is called the rote learning system, where you repeat something over and over again. It was first done on rabbits. And it caused you to diminish your thinking capacity. All of this is part of slavery, my brothers and sisters. All I'm trying to say is you're training your children to think like a rabbit and act like a rat. That's all. It's better known as slavery, the social engineering of a people. We only touched each other when we were breeding during slavery. We touched each other for breeding, and after breeding, we touched the cane, we touched the rice, we touched the cotton. But we never touched each other just as human beings. Just as a friendly gesture to be, I'm a human being, you're a human being, I'm gonna give you a hug. If you hug somebody now, you gotta fight, or screw them, or get screwed.